Fire me up, chat. Episode 104. Jovan, how we doing? Happy Tuesday. Bringing the energy, bringing the focus today. Chat. I mean, nothing else to fucking say. How about the squad rides? Give yourself a pat on the back. Give yourself one of these.
Yeah, shout out the chat.
Jovan, you too. Why don't you give yourself one of those? Give yourself a little pat. Sure you can. Hey, we're just giving out options. You guys are voting and clicking the right buttons. So I don't know what to tell you other than thank you. You keep picking winners, and we're running it back today. How about it? 4-0. 4-0. Let's fucking go, chat. They said it couldn't be done. They said we don't know shit about hockey. Still don't know shit about hockey, but we're picking winners. How about it? And that's all that matters, guys. There's one thing in life that matters, and it's being right. And it's being right. Okay. And that's what we're going to continue to do. And that's what we're doing today. We got a sub bang? No way.
That is
no
absolute
way.
heart.
Is that true? Is that true? Somebody let me know. Who's doing it? Who's doing it? Who's giving out the sub banks? Show yourself. Don't hide. It's okay. If you sub banged, you're a fucking dog. Let me know who you are. Where are you? Okay. Do me a solid. Put a unit on the Wizards -1.5 first quarter. That's a cheeky bet that's not going to hit. Hate to say it. It is what it is. It might. Wizards are showing a little bit of heart.
Just
damn. 10. Was that a fake sub bang?
Fake. So we can't be having those. Simply can't be having that.
Come on. But yeah, we're here. We're living. That game last night was wild. How about Justin Fields doing good stuff? How about Bill Belichick getting out coached? How about the Bears looking good? That's on me on the David Montgomery under rushing prop. I know you liked it too, but a lot of smart people I knew were on that. Unfortunately, didn't come through. That's okay. Turns out that was a fake, or that was a real sub bang. So let's fucking go. That's what I'm talking about. Shank 99. I don't even know how to say that, but thank you for your fucking sub bang. Let's go.
There we go.
That's what I'm talking about. That's art. And committing for 5 months. Wow. How about it? Lauren, you don't have a snap? What?
That's crazy.
Give me a break.
Unreal.
But yeah, we're here. We're living. That game last night was way better than we thought.
Yeah.
Or at least way better than I thought. The Patriots are in trouble, though. The Patriots have what they never have, and it's controversy. Who knows who's going to start next week for this team? I don't. Bill Belichick at halftime yesterday said that both quarterbacks were going to play in the second half. They didn't. I don't think it would have mattered, though. I mean, I don't really know what's going on through his head or what's going on with that team. I don't really know how to deal with the Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi situation. This is why I'm happy I'm not in that seat. I don't get paid enough for that shit. I don't know. Jovan, who the hell do you think should start for the Patriots?
It's clearly Zappi. Like I don't know how you can watch any of these games and say anybody else should be the starter. I don't know. I don't blame him. Like, he came in and looked great for those couple of drives, and then he was, he kind of regressed a little mean, but he's pushing a little bit. He's pressing a little bit. So I want him to – I think it's going to take a while for him to settle in once he fully kind of has that job, if that happens or not. That's going to be important. But I think he'll settle in eventually. I don't think it's going to be like this. I think it's just a weird situation over there.
Do you think Bill's going to have the nuts to say Mac Jones take a seat after what he did for that team last year? And hey, I'm all for play the hot hand, play the best player you have. I'm right there with you. But Jovan, you made a good point. I mean, you could tell the energy of that team. Everything changes, whether it's the fans, whether it's the his teammates. When Bailey Zappi goes in, energy levels go up. Bill's got his hands full for sure. And what Mac Jones did for that team last year and the way he performed, I thought he deserved a chance to get his starting role back last night. He got a chance. He looked like shit. Now, I don't know if that was enough of a sample size to be fair, right? I think Mac Jones deserves a chance to be a starter on that team again. And he kind of got the chance last night, but not really. I kind of wish they just let him out there, right? They were already going to lose. I kind of wish they let him out there to just play like shit the whole game. That way we could be like, you know what? It is 100% Bailey Zappi's job now. Mac Jones was great last year, but that was last year. Now it's like, well, the guy only had 5 passes. Did he even really get a real shot? So I don't know. I feel like the guy might deserve another shot, but do you want to win games or do you want to be fair? And I think Bill Belichick wants to win games. So don't be shocked if you see Bailey Zappi starting next week. Mac Jones will probably be the Commander's starting quarterback week 1 of next season. And I'm going to fucking paint this wall with my blood and brains after that because I can't deal with that shit. So that's probably where we're at. It is what it is. I wish we had more sports on today, guys. I wish we had some baseball, some World Series shit, but that doesn't start till Friday because MLB hates fun. We've only got NHL and we've got fucking NBA. But before we dive into this, Jovan, there's a square you saw on Prize Picks that really got me bricked up, and I want you to go ahead and give your little pitch because I think it starts in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it does start in 5 minutes. Yeah, we're heading to the
So what is the prop, by the way?
So it is goals allowed for the Sevilla goalie. They're going up against.
We ain't talking about NHL, ladies and gents. We're talking soccer.
Yeah, we're talking soccer. And this is just something to get some early action. But I mean, this line absolutely reeks. The square absolutely reeks.
Okay.
They're playing Copenhagen, who in their 4 or 5 Champions League games have not scored a goal, and they're playing like they have to come out and attack a little more today, which may be the reason why it's up. But they haven't scored a goal. They haven't had shots on goal. They played a game, scoreless draw against the same team a couple weeks ago in the Champions League where they didn't have a shot until an hour into the game. Right. So for them to put up a half goal allowed for the Sevilla goalie, I have to take it. I have to take the over. I have to take it.
All right. Well, what are we pairing it with? Because it starts in like 2 minutes.
Yeah. So I put it with a couple things, but I think the best pair would be I'm going to take Johnny Gaudreau. Now we're going to the ice, but I'm going to take his over 1 point just because that has, first of all, push potential, but a lot of those 1 and 1.5s have been hidden. And that's a game where I think there's going to be goals regardless of how it turns out. I honestly kind of like the Coyotes in that game, but I think there's going to be points to go around. So I like the push potential there. So that's what I'm going to pair with.
All right, I'm in.
But
we're riding Bono.
Yeah, Bono.
What's up?
Yeah, somebody else is saying in the chat Holland goal and assist is kind of the same thing as the Gaudreau point. Those 1.5s have been hitting there too, so I don't hate that either.
Okay, but your favorite one to pair with is Johnny Gaudreau over 1 point.
Yeah, I have it paired with a couple things. Those are both in there.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, you have about 1 minute to ride this, but it's about as fucking smack. And the soccer part of it's going to smack during our show, which is also electric. I need to find a stream for this.
Yeah.
Hopefully, right? We got Bono over a half goals allowed. This is soccer. Hurry up, get it in. Sprint, run, hurry up, get it in. And we've got Johnny Gaudreau tonight over 1 projected points. Hopefully that at least pushes. All right. Wow, it's on Paramount Plus. Sure we can.
Yes.
Sure we can. That's huge. That's huge. Hockey Sharps in chat. Give me something to pair with. I want to send another one to somebody. Give me something. I'm going to text the fucking hockey gods too. See if we can get a buzzer beater in.
El Barba's back. He is. That's electric.
Let's see what the Hockey Sharps end up coming back with. Hopefully they can bless and get back to me, but we'll see. But I just nuked it. Yep. Whoops. Sorry. We got Bono over a half goal allowed, and we've got Johnny Gaudreau over 1 point. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Yeah, let's do it. Just lock that shit in there. Boom. People are saying Kuzma points tonight. Guys, I don't think Kuzma can stay this hot, although he's been looking really good. And he's like the perfect DC guy, too. He's going to finish his career here. Just watch. We'll probably overpay him to stay. But he's like the perfect. He loves DC. He's perfect for DC. He's very artsy. He likes going out, taking pictures with the fucking cherry blossoms, whatever. He likes going to the museums and stuff. Kyle Kuzma is a DC guy, for sure. And I don't think we're getting the fucking play from the Sharps yet. Fuck. I mean, I gave him 1 minute's notice. Yeah, people forget. Don't sleep on Pablo. He's 1-1. He's 1-1. He also told me after the game he had ML. I was like, dude, why are you sneaking that? You can't just tell me that after the game. Not cool. And he just barked. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, figure it out. I probably sound like a freak. That's okay, though. Wanted to talk about this Mike Evans drama, which I'm sure you're very familiar with. Chad, if you guys haven't checked this out, and yes, shout out our guy MJ, who's been coming on the surgical stream and absolutely spoon feeding winners left and right. He had Kyrie last night too. Good shit, MJ. The soccer plays Bono over a half goals allowed. You literally have negative seconds to get it in. Hurry up. I wanted to show you guys this fucking situation and talk about it for a second, all right? I'm sure you guys have seen it. It's the refs coming over and asking Mike Evans to write something on a piece of paper. Super weird. Refs are smiling. They're looking sketch. I guess someone said something. They got out of the way. The ref pretty much yells, Mike. If you guys can't hear the volume, Mike turns around. Some weird exchange is going on here. I didn't think it was super weird because, I mean, the Bucks lost the game. So if people were saying that this is some like betting rig shit, well, I feel like it'd be a little bit weirder if it was the Bucks who ended up winning, right? The Bucks lost. So I don't think it's any of that. And I do have an explanation from somebody today. Let's check that out real quick. Our guy Tom, I'm sure you already saw this, not Tom Brady. Jovan, I'm sure you already saw this shit because this is your team. But here's the story about what happened. So Mike Evans and the side judge, they both went to A&M. And this guy was getting Mike Evans' phone number to pass it along to a golf pro to give Evans lessons. And this guy didn't have a piece of paper, so he borrowed it from the other ref. That's why he called the other ref over. NFL said in a statement that both the refs have been reminded of the importance of avoiding the appearance of impropriety when interacting with players, coaches, whatever, yada, yada, yada. Keep it short and simple. Bad look, no discipline. They apparently weren't doing anything bad, but that's a really weird excuse. What are you thinking about this whole situation? That's a very specific, long explanation that probably didn't have to be that long for that whole bit. What are you thinking? Is that probably what happened? And we move on about our day?
Yeah, I mean, probably. I couldn't tell you what happened. But, I mean, Mike Evans, other than the one catch, kind of nails throughout the game. So, if he's blowing the game or he's paid to blow the game, he did a terrible job of it. So,
yeah, well, he dropped a touchdown pass that I've never seen him drop ever in my life.
He did.
Wide open touchdown pass that I've seen him catch 100 times. He's not really a guy who drops. That was a little weird, but whatever.
It was a little weird.
Also, like our guy Marty saying in chat, in the middle of the season when they're 3-4, Mike Evans is getting golf lessons. I don't know, man. I don't know. Weird. Now, I'm a huge conspiracy theorist when it comes to rigged shit like this. I don't think they'd be dumb enough to do anything like that in person. Do I think there's a chance this stuff goes on behind the scenes? Maybe, potentially. I'd hope or think they wouldn't be as dumb to just do it in front of cameras, in front of a bunch of people after the game. That's why I probably think these refs were just being fucking idiots. And this is either what happened or the guy was getting a fucking autograph for his grandson and didn't want to say that because I think that's how you can actually get in trouble. So maybe this was just an excuse for that because they're not allowed to get any autographs from players and stuff like that. Long story short, Mike Evans' first touchdown bettors are drowning in piss. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what we're concluding with. All right. Weird situation, probably not rigged, but had to bring it up. Let's talk about the crab whale here for a second, Jovan. Let's talk about it.
The crab
because it has legs. It has a little bit of legs. DJ Moore, go ahead and lock that one up unless he gets traded to the fucking Chiefs, which he probably will now. Freezing Cold Takes is about to clip this. Breece Hall, unfortunately, will miss the remainder of the season. And also, I guess it's a good time to bring it up. James Robinson is now on the Jets. If you guys live under a rock and didn't see that last night, James Robinson got moved from the Jags to the Jets. You can tell the Jets are not fucking around this year. They're trying to make moves. And Salah's taking names, and they're trying to go to the fucking playoffs. So, wild. Cooper Kupp hasn't had a 100-yard receiving touchdown game in a couple weeks. So, this one does have a little bit of life. but I do not feel safe about this one bit. He's already halfway there, pretty much. Carson Wentz, I feel really good about at this point. I think there's a chance that Heineke just fits this team better and ends up starting the rest of the year, straight up, depending on how the next couple games go. We can win the next couple games. We have an easy schedule. For some reason, when Heineke goes into games, the guys around him just play better, and we have better results, and we win more games. I don't know what it is. The guy has a fucking arm of a middle schooler, but we win games when he plays. So there's some weird Heineke magic going on. I don't know what it is, but the guy's a Commander. I don't know. I wish it wasn't the truth, but it is. And this is coming from a guy who's watched every second of Commanders games my entire life. There's some magic in that kid's arm for some reason when he steps on the field for us. He does stupid shit all the time, but he wins his games. So I don't think Carson Wentz is going to be playing for us anytime soon. Now, the Lamar one is maybe on pace, maybe a little bit behind, but that one's a little bit sketch. But I feel good about these ones. And Carson, it's really going to come down to Lamar and Cooper Kupp, in my opinion. Trent, you're geeking about. Sir, you have a minute to talk about the crab whale. Do you? Here's where we're at, guys. Did anybody tail this with me? Did anybody tail this with me? I know Javon's bitch ass didn't, but anybody in chat tail with me? I wouldn't recommend you do it, Javon, but let me know if anybody tailed this with me. You're a real one if you did. Okay. When does Chase Young come back? Holy shit, his leg is fucked still.
That is I don't one know. That I have significant units on. Shout out Phil's Utley.
Shout out Phil's. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't take that, but that was free. What number did you get on that? And guys, we're talking about Chase Young under sacks that Prize Picks dropped, and they were pretty late to take it off. Yeah. So shout out to our guys Phil's Utley for paying attention there. Yeah. But what number did you get for that?
7.75.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah. So I just got to make sure he plays 5 games.
Oh my goodness. He's gonna play 5 games unless we lose every game the next month.
That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about, them being super, super cautious and just not bringing him back because they don't need to.
I mean, he had a terrible injury. So, like, his tear was way, 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 way worse than Logan Thomas, who you already saw come back at one point, got hurt again. Nice. Yeah. But guys, there's different levels of these ACL injuries. Chase Young's was really bad, and that's a big-ass guy. So when he tears something and he's moving fast as shit, like, that could not be good. That dude's an animal, and just pray that he recovers well. He's good for the sport. He's fun to watch. I mean, I'm sure you guys can all agree the dude's an absolute fucking menace, and him and Montez Sweat together is an issue, straight up. So we need him back. Apparently, from what I've been hearing, he's meeting with the doctor, like one of the best doctors in the world, is coming to the facilities this week. And if he gets the thumbs up from Doc, he's starting to practice at the end of this week. So that's the update on him. Not getting my hopes up. He might not fucking play all year, like you said, Javon, but I think he will. So let's see what happens with that. I hope he does. If we win one game in the next 3 weeks, he's going to play this year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Might as well bring it up now, though, Javon. The fact that the Colts only moved from -4 to -3 with the quarterback news is definitely a little concerning. And I'm pretty sure the Colts are still sitting at -3 against the Commanders this week, man. Yeah, they are, with the guy making his debut, Sam Ehlinger. Whew. That's a little weird, in my opinion. Maybe the books just don't fucking know what to do with this game. I mean, Heineke, nobody really knows what we're getting here. Ehlinger, I mean, nobody knows what we're getting out of him. It's his first fucking start. So is this line weird? Yeah, I probably would have put this more like a pick 'em, even if it's in Indy. I think it's a little weird that line only moved 1 point, going from Matt Ryan to a guy making his debut. But we'll talk about that more later in the week. All right. I know nobody's really sprinting into the books to get any of those bets in. Our guy in chat said, I got Russell Wilson in all my entries, and now I'm homeless. Well, I'm sorry, brother. I will say that's a rare commies W for dodging that bullet, but bringing him in. Yeah, extremely rare Commanders dub. Holy smokes. All right, let's do our who's hot, who's not for college football and NFL. I'll get it started off for college football here, Javon. Who's hot? Who's hot right now? I'm going to go with my guy, Bo Nix. who was disrespected like no other this offseason. Everyone on earth blamed him for the reasons why Auburn couldn't take it up a notch and really be that, elite team. And then he leaves Auburn, and look at what's going on down there. It's not good. So I don't think Bo Nix was the problem at all. I've been extremely impressed with what Bo Nix has brought to the table for this Oregon team. And you know what, Jovan? I don't know if you can hear that. You hear this? You hear that? That's Oregon knocking on the college football playoff door is what that is, brother. They're knocking. Now, they're going to need some magic, but they're knocking on the door, man. And that Oregon team can beat anyone in the country when they're on. They can beat anyone in the country when they're on. We know they got routed by Georgia early on in the year. That was Bo Nix's first game. Don't count it.
Yeah,
can't count it. Nope. If they played again, would Georgia probably still win? Yeah, they probably would. Georgia's the best team in the fucking country, okay? But I'm saying right now, the way that Oregon looked last week compared to week 1, this team right now can beat anybody in the fucking country if they play right. And I'm extremely impressed by Bo Nix. They just put up a 45-piece against UCLA. Shout out Bo and shout out Oregon. They're creeping around. All right. Oregon is not ass. You guys are tripping. TCU would hang 50 on them. They would beat TCU. I like this Oregon team. Who do you think wins that game? Neutral site, TCU, Oregon. Who's winning that?
Neutral site, I would say TCU wins. And in Oregon, I would go with Oregon. But, I mean, Bo Nix is like, it's been a thing for years that he's much better wherever he is at home, which, I mean, he's been pretty good overall, pretty much everywhere. But neutral site, I would take TCU. TCU would hang 50, but Oregon would be right behind them with like 45. But okay. I like Bo Nix. I was super high on Oregon. They're like my college football equivalent to the Chiefs. Not saying that they're as good, but in terms of like the conference in 12, people forgot that they still are running that conference until proven otherwise, until USC wins that Pac-12 championship, which I don't think is going to happen.
Yeah, I think Oregon beats USC.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I hope that's the matchup we get because that's going to be fucking sick. That would be sick. That'd be a really cool game. All right, who's not? Or do we want to do your who's hot for college football first? Let's do that.
Yeah, we can do that. Why
don't you do that?
Yeah, I mean, I like Tulane. I think they're sneaky. I mean, they got ranked this week, and then they had a big win against Memphis. It was a lot more of a blowout than the final score indicated, but this is one of the better group of 5 teams that we're seeing this year. And early in the season, they went into Manhattan and beat Kansas State, which is now looking like an even more impressive win than you thought at the time. Because at the time, I just looked at it as like Kansas State is going to be a cellar dweller in the conference, and Adrian Martinez is not good. And now we look at this Tulane team, they look very, very good. Their defense looks like the steel curtain at times. They have a lot of guys on offense that can get the job done. So yeah. I mean, in terms of group of 5 teams, they're surely one that I would be very, very scared to play. And honestly, by the time comes, they might be the representative for the group of 5 in one of the group of 6 bowl games or New Year's 6 bowl games.
Wow. What fucking team is this soccer guy we bet on?
Copenhagen.
What a name.
Well, he's on Sevilla, but we need Copenhagen to score.
We need Copenhagen to score. We're 12 minutes in. We don't have shit. Jovan, it's caked.
Yeah, caked.
All right. Well, we're watching it now.
I honestly want Sevilla to score first. That would be ideal.
Okay. Why isn't it letting me watch it now? What the heck? All right. K-State, sure. Yeah, well, K-State, when your star quarterback gets hurt, it's tough to win games. And that's pretty much the only reason why I liked Kansas State. And then he got rolled out. What do you have, a concussion?
No,
you have a concussion?
I don't know what it was. It was like a bruise, not a concussion, but it was like a knee bruise or something.
Okay.
I really don't. It was weird. It was weird. But even if he is not playing for the foreseeable future, I mean, we'll talk about that later this week, but I'm taking them. This week.
Okay.
To beat Oklahoma.
And just to clarify, we need Sevilla to score, right?
No.
We need Copenhagen to score.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Well, Sevilla has the ball in their possession this whole time since I've turned it on, so not good.
Yeah,
that's okay.
No,
though.
that's how it goes. That's how it goes.
Should the Bucks draft Hendon Hooker? Wow, that's an interesting question. And yes, TCU is unbeaten, Jaden still. What do you think about that, Jovan? If you could take one QB out of this draft class for your Bucks, who would you want?
I mean, it's not going to be Hendon Hooker. Sorry. I just don't really believe in that guy as a full-time NFL prospect. I'm not a fan. Like, I think he's a great college quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of this QB draft class in general. That may be an unpopular take, but I don't know. If I had to take one, it would probably be Bryce Young. But I'm not crazy about Bryce Young.
I like Bryce Young a lot. I see
like
a little bit of Mahomes and Bryce Young.
I like
at times
him, but in terms of like
plays.
one or two guys I want to pick out of a draft class for the ideal future, I'm not as high on him as I would like to be. I would really like to get Mr. Davis Mills, get him away from Houston.
Bo Nix.
Yeah, Bo Nix. It's a fact.
Unbelievable, dude. Sam Hartman, no question. That's an interesting name we're going to hear a lot about come draft time.
Yeah.
He might end up being a steal. I'm a Bryce Young guy. I watched that kid extend plays. I really like him. The worst free kick I've ever seen in my entire life from Copenhagen. I almost just threw up when I watched it. Dude just kicked the ball in the stands. Don't know what the fuck that was. I don't watch enough soccer to know like if that's normal or not, but that did not look normal. I don't know if anybody's watching this. Chad, I need to focus up, though. You guys need to give me updates on Sevilla Copenhagen. So I'm going to trust you guys now, okay? I need to stay locked in, stay focused, stay hungry. All right? All right, Tulane. Tulane with a big win this week, too. They should move down the rankings a little bit, probably around 20, right?
Yeah.
Don't let Tulane get hot.
Don't let them.
All right, who's not? Who's not hot in college football right now? This was an easy one. I'm going to go Mario Cristobal. Mario Cristobal is looking like fat bastard these days. He's not hot one bit. Mario Cristobal is an absolute joke, and him saying he's going to come to Miami and turn that program around was a complete lie. This dude just got routed by Duke last week. Maybe I'm a little bit biased because I had Miami. I thought they were about to bounce back with Van Dyke. I thought he was going to play well. Nope, they lost to Duke in a very embarrassing fashion. And now they're sitting at 3-4 in the basement of the ACC Coastal. All right. They lost to Middle Tennessee this year, which may be the worst Power 5 loss of the season, debatably. Absolutely embarrassing, inexcusable. You can't lose to teams like that as a school like Miami. I mean, they barely beat VT. VT is atrocious. They've never been down this bad ever. Miami's in a bad place. And Mario Cristobal, who, correct me if I'm wrong, he came from Oregon, right? Oregon seems to be doing just fine without him, and Miami seems to be a little bit of a dumpster fire. So I've got Mario Cristobal as my who's not in college football. He's on the hot seat. Yeah. And he might be getting canned at some point soon if they don't turn this around real quick. All right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, I 100% agree. I think it's a disaster for that program, the direction they're heading in, or I guess the lack of direction they're heading in. It doesn't seem like they have anything going for them. Their recruiting classes are taking a dip. Everything in the program is just in shambles. So, exactly what we're saying. Why would any big recruit want to go to Miami right now besides the city? And the city doesn't even matter because they're not in Miami. They're in Coral Gables, which is outside of Miami. So there's really no reason. They're not going to attract recruits. They're not going to have good recruiting classes going forward. They're not going to win games. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Trent just said woke up feeling like Mac Jones. That's not good. Poor Mac Jones, man. Wow, Bono isn't playing.
He's what?
Is that true? G Park, you're either the MVP for letting us know this, or you're about to get banned.
Yeah, I think thanks.
How do we even check this? Like, where is there even soccer statistics? Soccer.com?
I'll look.
Soccer.org?
I'll look.
Like, I genuinely don't know. And how did they not know who's fucking starting? Somebody said it's true. Oh, no.
He was in the lineup earlier.
He's not playing. What the?
Bro.
Dudes.
Bro.
Flash score ape. Sure. No free ads,
Yeah,
though. Come on.
flash score is clutch. Flash score is clutch.
No free ads. No free ads. Dude, are you serious?
Sounds like a lineup live bet on the team total.
What if he goes in for the second half, that bastard?
I don't think it counts regardless, so it'll be fine. But
if he doesn't start?
yeah.
Dude,
I mean, they're not
what
gonna
happens if Gaudreau gets no points and Bono pushes, though? Do I still lose my money?
If he pushes, you can cancel it anyway.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
before
so
the hockey bet will start, I'll be able to just cancel it.
Yeah, so there'll be time in between. But
Okay.
I will be live betting team total over a half right now.
They aren't subbing a goalie. Bro, I don't know anything about soccer. Help. All right? I don't fucking know. What if the guy has a terrible outing, like in hockey? They get him the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
All right, well, fuck this game, then. I don't even want to watch it anyways. How about it? All right. What about you? Who's not in college football right now?
We go with Ole Miss.
Okay, sure.
I mean, not just because we saw them get routed by LSU, which is a team on the up. I like the way LSU is heading, but
I almost took them as my who's hot.
Yeah, I mean, they've looked great, but Ole Miss has had questions because of their soft schedule and their defense has looked horrid pretty much 24/7. And now they really, really got exposed the minute they played a good team. I know they played Kentucky a little earlier, but that was with a hurt Will Levis for part of that game. And I really don't think Kentucky's that good anyway. But Ole Miss, their defense has had question marks this entire season. Their whole team's had question marks this entire season. And the second they had to go into Death Valley, they got killed. And they got a couple games going up here. Like I wouldn't think on paper that Ole Miss going into Texas A&M would be a tough matchup, but they're sitting at 2.5, and then they got to go and play Alabama. So they're going to start to really fall apart here, I think, come these last couple games, and they're not going to be the team that's up there, competing in the New Year's Six or trying to make any noise in the SEC. It's just, I don't know. And you're saying in chat, they let Auburn hang in there too. They've been thrown through by the skin of their teeth for these last couple of weeks, and it finally hit them. And I think it's going to continue to do that.
Okay. Guys, help my guy Mike out. He's hungry. He wants to get something for lunch. Let him know in chat what he should get.
Let him know.
I'm also starving, bro. I'm about to go eat some food after this. Somebody asked UNC early entry as 2023 champions. I'm assuming you're talking about college basketball, my man. You guys need to let me know when you want us to start talking about college basketball, because I am literally studying for the season like I am the bar exam or trying to get my fucking doctor's license. I'm literally balls deep in college basketball textbooks, and I am becoming mega mind of college basketball as we speak. My brain is actually getting significantly larger every day. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for college basketball this season. I'll be honest with you, though. If I'm taking a future, I'm taking a future on 3 teams. All right. I'm taking a future on Arkansas. I'm taking a future on who else was I looking to take a future on? Hold on. Arkansas, I really like this year. Houston, I know you really like this year. I can get behind them. And then the third team, the absolute dark horse for me this season, the absolute sleeper pick, which would be bonkers if they end up somehow winning March Madness. People would literally lose their fucking minds. St. Louis, the Billikens. Remember the name. All right. This St. Louis team, let me gas them up a little bit here. The expectations have never been higher in St. Louis ever. The Billikens, they've got 5 starters coming back this year, including Yuri Collins, who I think, and their coach thinks, is one of the best point guards in the entire country. They've got Gibson Jimerson, who came out of nowhere last year and was dropping 16 points a game. And guess who else they've got? They've got Javante Perkins coming back after missing all of last year, who, if he's healthy, is going to be one of the best, not best players in their conference, one of the best players in the country. All right. This guy is NBA ready. If he's healthy and ready to go, he's about to be an issue and probably the best player in their conference and a top 25 player in the nation this season. I think they win the A-10 this year easily. This team is my dark horse. I absolutely love everything about them. They've also got Javante Pickett coming in from Missouri, who's like 25. Very experienced, good guy. I'm so in on St. Louis this year. Expectations have never been higher. I'm in. All right. Chelsea bang. That's not what we needed, is it?
No, but people are on it.
Let's go, chat.
Good for them.
Let's go, chat. If you guys haven't been seeing my fucking college basketball preseason rankings on my TikTok, first of all, follow me on TikTok. Come on. Come on now. Get me to 1,000 so I can go live and do stupid, funny shit. Come on. I need like 200 more followers. Bless the boy up at Krabs_bets. You guys know the drill. Please drop me a follow. The teams I've announced so far, number 20, UAB. I'm very high on UAB this year. They return a ton of guys, and they're very well coached. Andy Kelly's legit. They're getting Eric Gaines from LSU this year. Jelly Walker is coming back. I feel like that dude's been in the college basketball for like 10 years. He's back this year. They're about to be an issue. I've got St. Louis at 19. I've got Illinois. Somebody in chat was talking about Illinois. I've got Illinois at 18. They've got a ton of transfers coming in. They got Terrence Shannon Jr. coming in from Texas Tech. They got Matthew Mayer, the tall dude with the mullet, transferred in from Baylor. I know you guys know him. Coleman Hawkins is filling in for Kofi Coburn this year. Different type of player, but really good. They've got Sky Clark coming in, a point guard who's supposed to be really fucking good. Illinois, I mean, they lost their entire team pretty much, but they absolutely reloaded. And if they can mesh together, they're about to be one of the best teams in the country. Number 17, I've got UVA, but fuck UVA. I'm not wasting my time talking about them to you guys. Hate everything about their school and program and everything they stand for. Number 16, I've got Indiana. All right. Indiana's got Trace Jackson Davis coming back and pretty much their entire team. So I like what I saw out of them at the end of last season. They barely snuck into March Madness, but I think they keep that momentum going. And we know they have a great coach in Mike Woodson. So if he's wearing that suit at Assembly Hall, they should be doing just fine. And I'm dropping 15 today, guys. I'm not going to spoil who it is, but that's what I've got so far. All right. That's enough college basketball for one day, I think. Damn, you heard UVA is a far more superior school than BT. Can someone get this guy out of here?
Yeah.
Get him out.
Fortunately, we can't send him to the bin.
Get him out. That's the one guy we can't get out. Book. But yeah, drop me a follow on TikTok. Why not? Come on. All right, back to business. Cut the shit.
Back to it.
Ole Miss. You already give your pitch on them?
Yeah.
Okay. NFL. Who's hot? Travis Etienne. He's got this whole job to himself now. I think the Jags saw enough last week. They said, you know what? We're cool with this kid. He's pretty fucking good. We don't need James Robinson anymore. Let's go get something for him. They shipped him off to the Jets. It's Travis Etienne season. All right, this guy's about to fucking eat. He's about to be a receiver. He's about to be a running back. He's about to do it all for the Jags, okay? I have him in fantasy. I'm extremely excited with this news. Travis Etienne's about to be an issue the rest of this season, okay? That's who I've got for my who's hot in the NFL right now. But fuck the Jags still, okay?
always will be. Always will be. But my who's hot, Bengals and Joe Burrow. Like people sleep on how good this offense and Joe Burrow has looked lately. I mean, he had the one slip-up game against the Ravens in that primetime game, but other than that, this whole offense has looked fantastic. I mean, he's threw for almost 500 this week against the Falcons. Granted, it's the Falcons, but offense looked great. Against the Saints, he also looked great. All these games, he looked great. So Super Bowl hangover seems to be fading away a little bit, and the way the Bengals schedule is kind of lining up. We're going to see what they're made of because these are a lot of winnable games they have ahead of their schedule. So if they start to win these games, they're going to be the clear-cut favorite with the way the Ravens are looking in that division. I wouldn't be shocked to see that happen with the schedule they have coming up here. So I think Joe Burrow and that offense, they're going to be humming. They're going to continue to do what they've been doing. So that's going to be huge. And this division race is going to get very, very interesting in the next couple weeks.
Okay. Yeah, they might be back.
Yeah.
They might be back. Joe Shiesty might be back in business. People in chat are talking about LSU basketball. I mean, they're literally cookie can. They could not be more cookie can. Yeah, they're toast. Their entire team left, including their coach. So they have Murray State's coach coming in to take over, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm sure they'll be fine in a year or two. But, yeah, they're fucking cake this year. They're toast. They're toast. People do sleep on the Browns this year, Trent. Is somebody with the Browns win total over in their pocket is starting to get a little excited.
The problem is that I don't know if they can make it to a point. Like everybody was saying, like if they can get 500 by the time he comes back, okay, they'll have a shot. But
right.
sitting 2-5, and I don't know if I see them beating the Bengals this week. I don't know if I see them beating the Dolphins, Bills, or even maybe the Bucks. I don't know. Like they could easily go 0-4 in these next couple games. I don't think they will, but
Facts.
I don't know.
That's facts. People are asking where the LSU coach went. Will Wade got canceled. Ladies and gents. I don't think he's doing anything.
He's out of
He's
here.
out of here. He got caught about 700 times paying players. So never seen. I mean, it was like he was trying to get caught. Like I've never seen a guy get caught more paying players. So I don't even understand. And then he was like, wasn't he like screaming? Didn't he have like a hissy fit on the field towards the end of the season too on the court?
He's ridiculous. I don't know how he was the coach for that long.
He lost it.
Yeah, again, way before that.
God, that team had so much talent every year too, and they just never really lived up to it either.
Yeah,
that's probably part of the issue. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who's not in the NFL? My turn. Patriots quarterbacks. We already talked about this. They're in a little bit of a pickle, and I know Bailey Zappi showed a little bit of life when he first went in last night, but he really kind of looked like shit and threw 2 terrible picks. The majority of that game, he might be that guy, but I don't know. I think they're in trouble right now. I mean, they might have to run Ramondre Stevenson at QB because that's the only guy who can do shit for this team right now. Zappi threw 2 picks last night. Mac threw a pick. I don't know what they're going to do. We've already talked about these guys enough, but I've got the Patriots QB room as my who's not right now. Not only do they have a lot of drama going on behind the scenes, I'm sure, with these young guys who are probably both thinking that they should be starting, that cannot have a good effect on your team. I don't think Bill Belichick's the type of guy to sit both these players down and talk about it and calm them down. I think he's the type of guy that says, figure it the fuck out. Somebody play well and step up. And we'll see how that ends up affecting the team. But I would not say that the Patriots QB room is in a good spot right now overall. They might have a good young slinger, right, in that QB room with Zappi, but he kind of looked like shit yesterday after throwing 2 good throws when he got started. So there's trouble brewing in New England. And we'll see how Bill Belichick handles that shit. Okay?
Yeah.
What do you got for who's not?
I mean, I got to go with the Bucs, right? It was absolutely embarrassing loss to the Panthers. And it's not just like that they're not winning games and they're losing against 2 very, very bad teams. But there's internal stuff going on. Like if you hear some of the reporters like talking to Todd Bowles and talking to Byron Leftwich, who both should not be employed, they just don't act like anything's wrong or anything's going on. They say they were talking to Byron Leftwich and talking about the offense struggling. And they said, look at the numbers. The numbers don't lie, which I don't know what numbers he could possibly be looking at, but it's getting everybody very frustrated in that building. So like you have stuff with Tom going on with his stuff and his family and his injury and whatever. Then you got coaches that don't know what the hell they're doing. So there's nowhere to go with this Bucs team, especially being that they know this is Tom's last year, and after this year, it's going to get completely blown up. So I don't really know what they're going to do the whole rest of the season, especially being that they can still be bad and make the playoffs like a classic NFC East season.
Do we know for sure that this is Tom's last season, though?
We don't, but
do you think he would ruin his family to come back for 1 year?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I
think if he's making that move and willing to divorce his wife and come back to the field, I think he's probably in it for a couple of years. Maybe it's 2.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, I don't know what he wants to come back to because, I mean, this is a Todd Bowles-led team that's bad. He's playing against a ghost offensive line because of injuries, which, yes, I can come back next year, maybe be better, whatever. But I just don't see a reason for him to come back to this team constructed as it is. That's the thing. I don't see it happening.
That is true. What is my guy commenting? He's saying, do I still live in Nova? Yeah, I do. I live in Arlington, my man. Brady's going to get traded to the Niners. Give me a break. And yeah, what's good with all this AB shit, dude? Like AB's posting videos of him hugging Tom's wife and them being like really close together.
Yeah.
He's selling t-shirts of it now. That whole thing's fucking weird, dude.
It's so weird. So weird. I
You think AB's
don't know
banging
what
Tom's
happened.
wife?
I mean, maybe, maybe that
You
could be
think
the
AB
cause.
moved into that house for other reasons besides needing a home?
Yeah, it's very possible.
I'm starting to, some weird thoughts are going through my head. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to think. I think he just wants attention. I agree.
Yeah, dude, he's got something.
But there, I mean, you can't tell me that video of him and Giselle hugging wasn't a little weird. It was weird. It was a pretty long hug. Pretty long hug. All right. College football playoff predictions. I'm going to keep mine short and sweet because it's probably what you're going to have too at this point. I've got Georgia at 1, got Ohio State at 2, Tennessee at 3, Michigan at 4, and I've got Clemson, Bama, and Oregon knocking on the door. That's what I've got right now. Any thoughts on that for you?
I do not think Michigan makes a playoff.
Okay.
I don't think there's a way for that to happen.
Okay.
That's the problem. Because Ohio State and Michigan can't be in there at the same time.
Okay.
They will play each other in their regular season game, and when Ohio State wins that, Michigan's not going to be playing in the conference championship.
Ooh, they do play in the regular season. That is
a
good point.
So that's.
So let's say, and where is it? Is it at Ohio State or is it at Michigan?
It's in the Big House. I'm pretty sure.
So let's say Michigan wins that game because they're home. And then let's say Ohio State wins the conference tournament against Michigan. You don't think that both of them could get in? Probably not, right?
They can't play each other in the conference tournament.
Oh, you're right, because they're on the same fucking side of the bracket.
The only way they both get in is if Michigan wins in the regular season, and then Ohio State just gets in after not playing the conference championship because they're Ohio State.
It's also at Ohio State, too. Not that it matters, but
We'll be seeing them.
Okay, you're right. All right, I'm putting in Clemson's. Hate to say it. I don't think anybody wants them in, but they're probably going to be undefeated, and they're probably going to get in. I'm putting in Clemson's. I'm putting in Clemson's at 4. I've got Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee, and Clemson. No Bama this year, as of right now. What do you got?
Yeah, so it's the same thing. Like I personally do not think, like you're saying the same thing in chat. Like, why can 2 SEC teams get in, but not 2 Big Ten?
Well,
it's a little different of a scenario after they beat Alabama and they're in the SEC. So they're like, I don't support the SEC bias, but it's a thing. Like it's just that's what they do.
I support it a little bit.
I support this in this situation a little bit. I don't think they should get penalized if they don't play in the conference championship and their only loss is to Georgia on the road too. But yeah, if they're a 1-loss team that doesn't play in the conference championship, they should get in. This is the one time I'll say it's okay.
At what point does Clemson just start handing the ball off to Shipley and just winning with defense? I don't understand. Why are we trying to force DJ to win games for this team? Like, just hand the ball off to debatably the best running back in the country, win with defense in gross, boring games. If that's the only chance that they have, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, they got to try and do something because, like if they're undefeated, which they will be, because I don't think anybody's going to beat them, unfortunately.
No, they're not.
They're going to get in, but they're trying to get some style points.
How does Bama get in? How do you see Bama getting in?
They would. I don't think they can, really. I don't see it happening. They can win out and win the conference championship, but I don't see that happening. I don't see it.
They win out, and they've got a really fucking tough game this weekend. Holy shit. They play at LSU. Or that might be next weekend. They have a bye. Of course, they have 2 weeks to prepare for that game. Fuck college football, man. And then they've got to play at Ole Miss too, and they also have to play Auburn one more time, and that could be a sketchy game too. And then Austin P, that one could be weird. No, that one's gonna be an easy one, but LSU, Ole Miss, like one of those 2 games is gonna be weird, you know. So if they let's say they win out, they would end up playing who? Would they end up even being in the? They wouldn't even end up being in the fucking thing. It depends on Tennessee, right?
No. They would play the winner of Georgia, Tennessee. in the
Yeah,
conference.
because they're in the same side. Okay.
Yeah, so they gotta hope that I think Tennessee wins and they end up playing them.
I think we both know what's probably going to happen here is Georgia's going to absolutely clap Tennessee in a couple weeks, and then Georgia would overtake Tennessee in first in that division, right?
Yep.
And then Georgia and Alabama
we're all
would play.
Georgia fans.
I know. And then Georgia and Bama would play. So let's say that's what happens, and let's
that's
say
what happens,
Georgia
and Alabama wins that game. That's like doomsday scenario for everybody involved.
Yeah, so that would fuck me out of Tennessee probably, right?
Well, not even that, but like there's a legitimate case that they're going to make for 3 SEC teams in there.
Right.
Which to say that this is probably the most legit case they'll have for it in like the history of everything. But nobody wants to see that. Just nobody wants.
I still think they'd put in undefeated Clemson over one lost Tennessee. I still think they would.
They probably would. They probably would, but it would certainly be a discussion. Certainly would.
But if that's what happens, though, let's say Georgia beats Tennessee in the regular season. It's Georgia and Bama in the SEC championship. Georgia beats Bama.
Bama's out. They're gone.
Bama's out. But Bama beats Georgia. Bama's in. Georgia's probably still in with that one loss. And Tennessee probably gets bumped for Clemson. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. Awesome. A lot of different fucking options, guys. A lot of weird shit could happen. Just pray that Tennessee can sneak in there. I think you guys can agree with me. We'd like a different team or two in there every once in a while. And I'd really like a different team in there that does not get their shit kicked in and actually makes a competitive game. That'd be really cool too. Because every time a weird team gets in there, we all get really excited and they get their back blown out, literally. So we'll see what happens here. But as of right now, I've got Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee, Clemson. I'm assuming right now you've got the same if the season ended today.
If the season ended today, absolutely. But I mean, I have TCU at 1, so we're
okay, that's fair. Yeah. In your bias ratings, you have TCU at 1. Is there any way TCU even gets into the fucking playoffs?
Well, that's the thing. Like, if they go undefeated, which I don't think they do, I think they lose to Texas. But if they go undefeated and win the conference too, 13-0, they should be in. There's no question about that. I just don't know who they get in over, because like they have all the arguments they can make for the big teams. Because I worry, let's say they do go and lose to Texas and win out the rest of those games, then they're a one-loss conference champion.
Dude,
Go ahead. No, I was just going to say that a one-loss conference championship or a one-loss conference champion in the committee's eyes is very hard to put over whatever team is left out of the conference championship in the SEC. So they're never going to do that, simply.
Unbelievable. And I agree. Yeah, are we going to talk about how fucking ridiculous this was?
Well, apparently they do it after every home win.
Like and I hate that. That's the worst. And I'm happy I didn't go to that school. Straight up. I was between VT and Clemson, and shit like that makes me extremely happy that I went to VT. Because that's some fucking ridiculous me guy behavior, and I absolutely hate that. It's look at me, we're Clemson, look at me. And I fucking hate that. I really do. You guys are in the ACC, you're playing against milkmen and fucking mail delivery people compared to other conferences. Grow the fuck up. You're storming the field, beating fucking Syracuse. Give me a break. You're beating Syracuse and you're storming the field. Get a fucking grip. This is why there's SEC bias. This is why there's going to be 3 teams in the SEC in the playoffs this year. God damn it. Such a bad look for the ACC, man. But that's the only team we have that's really good. So it's like we got to fucking got to root for them. They're the only team that gives us any sort of relevancy. Fuck. And then they do shit like that. It's like so soft. Dude, TCU, man. I'm looking at their schedule right now for the rest of the season. Good fucking luck.
It's not a tough schedule. They've already gotten to a tough schedule.
Look, and you're playing a lot of teams who are having down years or maybe they won't be that strong this year, but you're playing a lot of big name teams, man. You got to go through West Virginia, who you should win that game, but you're playing at West Virginia. That could be sketch. We know they could put up points. Then you got to play Texas Tech, who has played every team pretty fucking tight and well this season. They've had some upsets too, and they've been playing up to their comp. And then you got Texas at Texas, like you already said. That's going to be tough. Don't have to explain that. And then you got to go to Baylor. And I know Baylor's not, the team we all remember from a couple years ago that was a powerhouse, or even last year, but that's a really tough game too, man. And then you got Iowa State, who's having a down year, but they pulled off some weird games too this season. They pulled off an upset. They have a better defense and team, I think, than they've performed. So you've got some weird. I don't think the word to describe the opponents you have left would be good, but you've got some weird teams you got to go through. I think weird would be the right way.
Well, here's the thing about like West Virginia and Texas Tech. I'm not worried about because they sure they can keep the game weird because their offenses are so good and our defense is not good, but they're going to allow us a big reason of why TCU has played very close, like with Kansas State, with Oklahoma State, and even with Kansas, is because their defense makes them play more physical in a way that's not like a TCU run and gun offense because they're bigger, they're faster, they're stronger, or not faster, but bigger and stronger. But West Virginia is one of the worst pass defenses in college football. So whenever that TCU team total comes out for this weekend, I'm nuking it. Okay. Texas Tech, same thing. They can keep it close with their offense, but their defense is not good enough to hang with them. Mm-hmm. On the back end, though, like Baylor will keep it close for a little bit just because it's a big rivalry game. And Iowa State's defense is always gives them trouble for a little bit. But other than Texas, I'm really not too worried. Really not.
Yeah. Okay. And you should win all those games, but one or two of those games is going to be a little closer than it should be.
Oh yeah.
100%. 100%. Yeah, Ron, I know they run on the field after every game. It's ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous. All right. Should we talk some games today? We got about a half hour left. I know you guys want some plays for today.
Yeah, let's talk it.
Okay. Let's go to the NBA. Only 4 games on tonight's. My Wizards play tonight.
I do.
They're -5.5 at home against Detroit. I like Detroit getting the points here, although the Wizards got off to a really hot start to start the season. Oh, there he is. Wizards got off to a hot start last year, and this year they could do the same, but they kind of came back down to earth on Sunday. Trent, if you want to come up, you can come up. Just let me know so I can put the other graphic behind the thing.
This one.
Trent just took the fattest jewel rip I've ever seen in my entire life behind the scenes. I wouldn't be surprised if he passed out.
Hey.
What's up, dude?
10-4?
Sure.
What's up, fellas?
Sure.
It's good.
We're chilling. We're about to dive into this NBA slate. Honestly, could use some of your expertise since you probably follow the NBA more than me, and your OKC Thunder play tonight.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on.
Any thoughts? Any thoughts on your OKC Thunder? 0-3, getting 10 points at home.
They play twice this week. I think it's back-to-back games. The Clippers play the Thunder. The Thunder for sure winning one of those games. I don't know which one, but I need to figure out if SGA/Giddy are both out. But they're definitely winning one of them. They play LA teams well. Always have.
Shai Gilgeous is out. Paul George and Marcus Morris are also out.
Ooh. Yeah, a lot of Clippers are going to be resting. Read that on Twitter, so that's why I'm confident that they're going to win one of them.
Okay.
The under's super low today. It's 214, so Thunder under might not be a move, but it could be that low for a reason.
Ooh. I mean, what I see that total being really low, and it makes me like the under even more.
Well, it's because of especially the guys who in the game, though. So honestly, you probably like the over.
Fuck.
Why?
I mean, it's low. It's just the Krabs way of thinking. You have no Paul George, no SGA. Where are the points going to come from? In theory,
that is true.
Clippers also 5-0 to the under.
Wow. Okay. Never mind. I'm off the under. Give me the over. Give me the over.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad play. Also, will the Canucks ever fucking win a game, bro? I don't know.
No,
I don't know. Lost last night. Unbelievable, dude.
Never.
Thank God. Well, the goats both love the fucking. Who were they playing? The Hurricanes. They loved them so much. I was like, I'm not fucking taking this team.
Yeah.
And the line was moving towards them too. I was like, no, thank you.
That was just one of those free plays. Apparently, the favorite on a back-to-back in the NHL is a trend that smacks, according to Fruity.
It is.
The
And
favorite
that would be VGK
end
tonight.
of the back-to-back. That'd be Vegas tonight? Okay. Interesting. Let's pull that up real quick. God,
That would be Vegas.
We need college basketball so bad, dude, because we'd have games on right now. We'd have games on all night. Fuck.
Yeah.
All right,
Dude,
Vegas. Damn, that's the take me home piece too on ESPN. Late night game.
Yeah, that may or may not be in the Fruity 3.
Okay.
I also love this as a look for prize picks tonight. Trey Mann with no SGA and potentially no Giddy. Absolutely could have a career night. Wonder what his point.
That is a fact.
74% on back-to-back.
Dude, 15.5 points is the total.
For Trey Mann?
Yeah, I might be fucking dropping sack.
Let's see. Like, what has he been doing? Damn, Bradley Beal's the fucking taco. We're caked.
So he hasn't had over 15 points once all year.
Wow. Yeah, give me that, Trent.
And I bet you his line hasn't been that high once.
No, it's been correct. It was one day. It was 17.5. Second game of the season, I think, and he hit it. No, that doesn't make sense. I think that's just how many points he ended up getting. But no, I love that. I mean, he's hit that one out of his last 5 games. And if you're saying these guys are about to be out, who else is going to score for this team? It's got to be him. Career night.
Lou Dort could be a good look.
True. Okay.
ERA maybe.
What's up with Shy? What's going on with him?
He has a small. They're for sure tanking, bro. 100%, no doubt.
They're the king of the tank.
Yeah.
The king of the tank.
I mean, Giddy, like, he has a little hip contusion. SGA does, and Giddy kind of rolled his ankle, I think. But they're for sure tanking. They haven't won a game yet.
Yeah. It's not like they're pushing for a fucking championship this year anyways. You know, I mean, what's the rush to get these guys back from injuries?
But whenever they play a top playoff team, bro, they give it their all. It's crazy. That's why, like, remember last year I took the Suns ML plus 700 and they were a 17-point fucking dog. I took them to win that game because the Suns had nothing to play for. And the Thunder love playing good against fucking good teams.
They play up.
They play up.
All right. Well, Trent, I might throw a half you on your OKC Thunder tonight, and then on Thursday as well. If you're thinking they win one of these 2 games, that's profitable. So I might throw a half you on the ML. I'm always down to back a nasty team like OKC. Gross.
Yeah. How about the Spurs?
The Spurs, man.
Let's see what they're doing.
They're looking like a very competent team, shockingly.
Yeah.
Oh, is that sarcasm though? Because they still have Pop, and you know that guy knows how to get his boys up. But they did just beat the fucking Timberwolves outright last night. That is pretty wild. What are they sitting at right now? What's their record?
It's a great question.
Let's see.
I
mean, they're 3-1. Nobody would have expected that. That's very true. I mean, Pop literally came out at the beginning of the season and said, this team's not winning a championship or some shit like that. Or he said, like, don't bet on my team. Don't bet on the team. Which is a crazy comment. But that's a Pop comment that makes me want to bet on the Spurs. Because I know his fucking slimy ass is crafting shit up in the back and getting that team ready to play. Like, bro, they could have us out there and, like, we'd probably still put up some points if Pop's the coach. Like, he's a Hall of Famer. He's a legend. He gets it. So, yeah, good for them. But there's a really good game tonight. Golden State Phoenix.
Yeah, you see that one.
Phoenix is the favorite after they've gotten off to a little bit of a sketchy start. They are still 2-1, but you know they lost to a random team before the season started in a friendly. Right? They've beaten the Clippers in Dallas this year, but they lost to Portland. I think Phoenix is definitely not looking at their best right now, but they're a favorite against Golden State, who looks pretty fucking good. Give me the Suns.
I like the Suns too. My boy, the chemist, is definitely the most knowledgeable about this team out of anyone I know. He told me to take them, told me to nuke them against. It was weird because the Clippers were minus -3 against the Kings, which was
Okay.
like, what the fuck? I think they ended up losing that game. Or no, they didn't cover, but the Clippers won,
Okay.
which was so weird. Why are they -3 of the Poverty Kings, right? Then the next day, the Suns and Clippers, the Clippers were -2.5 against a wagon Suns team. And so Chemist was like, this makes absolutely no sense. Bomb the Suns. So we bombed the Suns, and they fucking clapped them by 20.
Boom.
Yeah.
And he likes the Suns again tonight.
I just texted him, waiting to hear.
Okay. Well, please let me know. Gosh.
Yeah. I can confirm that Study Hall Sharp may or may not have several units on the Suns tonight. And he's actually pretty solid, as much as
he's the Sharp protege. He really is. He's like a little crab in training.
He had the biggest bet of his life on the Bears last night.
And that was free. I saw his fucking tweet, dude. He had him ML. He had him +8.5. Our guy Pablo had him too. Pablo knew something we didn't. That fucking little dog yesterday.
Yeah.
He's back. Huge comeback play for Pablo yesterday on stream. Jovan, what do you think about that Suns Warriors game tonight, bro?
I mean, I'm same thing.
Okay, good.
I still think the perception of the Suns is pretty low, not just because of that international preseason game, but they just they've won games that haven't looked particularly impressive either.
Yep.
Like, I mean, a majority of that Mavericks game, they're not in the game. That was a huge collapse by the Mavs. So yep. I'm not impressed by them. I just to see anybody a favorite against Golden State at this point is shocking.
Agreed. What about this Wizards game? Any takes on this one, gents? I kind of like the Pistons +5.5 here, but I don't know if I want to bet against my team. Any thoughts on this one? Any bets?
The Pistons are so.
This kid's saying the kid's a demon in high school. He's walking around to school with $1,000 buying all the hose snacks. Hilarious, bro. Jovan, what do you think, bro? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm just not ready to buy into the Pistons. They're like the shiny new toy that everybody wants to bet on, and they have not been performing yet. Sure, it can come together at some point, but I am not willing to take them at this line, really.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not betting this game.
Yeah, I'm not rushing to bet this game either.
Do we know if the Wizards are going to be decent? Do we know if the Pistons are going to be decent? They're so young. The Wizards are so weird. Yeah, I think that's just a stay away game. You just push it off to the corner. What about the Pelicans Mavs game? These are two pretty decent teams. And we're seeing the fucking Dallas Mavs at -5.5 on the road here against the Pelicans. So that's kind of weird. I thought Pelicans are 2-1. Dallas is really good, but Pelicans are +5.5 at home.
Well, it's because
that was a little weird. I lean Mavs.
I lean
what are you
Pelicans.
saying?
I lean Pelicans because they have
wow.
new teams on it. Like, they have no Ingram. He's concussed, I'm pretty sure. No Zion. So only 5.5 seems a little short to me.
Oh shit! No Zion and Ingram, and they're only getting 5.5 points.
And it moved up, I think, a point. I think it was 4.5, and it's up to 5.5. That still doesn't feel like enough.
Okay. Hey, real quick, I accidentally started sending out this link to the stream, so I'm gonna go resolve them. And I don't want to jinx the squad ride because the squad rides have been printing coin.
Facts. All right, Trent. Well, I'll catch you in a little bit, bro.
Yes, sir. We'll be seeing you, gents.
Peace. All right. Yeah, somebody was popping up in queue in the background. I was so confused. I was like, who the fuck is this? Oh, he's back. Alex, you're a little early, brother. Oh, there he goes. See ya. That kid's got heart, though. He's got probably a really good play. He's really excited about. So,
yeah.
Stay posted for Alex's play on stream today, guys. Damn, bro. No Zion, no Brandon Ingram, and they're only getting 5.5 points. That is a little bit weird. National
TV game, too. I think it's on TNT.
Wow. What's up, Lockmouth? How we doing, bro? All right, lean Pelicans. It is on TNT. We know the boys play harder on TNT. They like showing off.
I'll wait to see how far it moves. If it continues to move pretty heavy, then it'll be respected.
Yeah, it did open up at 3.5, so that is a good point. All right. Well, there's our NBA talk for a second. Let's quickly go over NHL. And then we're going to do the squad ride here in about 5 minutes, guys. So bring your fucking A game. I want to be undefeated after tonight still, okay? Don't get complacent. Don't get cocky. Just because we won 4 in a row doesn't mean shit. Today's a new day, all right?
You don't
So
have
bring
to
your
bet
A
on the
game when you're
NHL
voting
players,
today.
just to bet on the NHL players either.
Yeah, don't just take the NHL play just to fuck with other people and for the memes, all right? I want a fucking winner. I want to be undefeated, all right? Because our names are on this shit, and we need you guys' help. We want to ride this together on our actual favorite bet, okay? Jovan, with that being said, I don't know shit about hockey. Are there any sketchy lines we need to go to right now?
Yeah, there is. And I hate to say it, one of them is definitely the Kraken, and I was praying that we got a goals allowed square to correlate with it. But this is kind of the same thing as the Oilers, like as far as odds wise and everything yesterday. This is a Sabres team who's been scoring a ton of goals, and then we look today and their team total, and shout out, I think it was somebody in DJ's chat that pointed this out to me because I was already liking them. Then I saw this and it reminded me of the game yesterday. Team total was sitting at 3.5 for plus 120, and even 3 some places.
Damn.
Which I think is really weird with the amount of goals the Sabres have been putting up, and they're the pretty popular underdog pretty much any game that they go into. So that line's definitely sticking out to me. They've scored, over 3.5 in all 3 of their last games where they've been underdogs every single game and won. And then going into Seattle, I don't know why it's sitting like it is.
That line has moved 15 cents towards Seattle.
Kraken. Yeah.
We know this team steals coin, but do they bless up the squad tonight? I can get behind that. Sure.
Yeah. Well, we can talk through a couple. There's a couple.
Okay.
They actually just put up the goals allowed props on Prize Picks, which is good because it was a little early.
Oh my God.
There's one that I don't like that is sticking out to me because I wanted to take the Stars today.
Okay.
Because the Bruins they're getting hammered and the line's not moved, but they have Jake Ottinger up for 3 goals, 3 flat, that's nuts. And I know he's going up against the Bruins, which is one of the better teams that he's been facing, but I don't believe he's given up 3 goals all season.
I think Boston's about to roll then, dude, especially with the total at 6 in that game, and they're putting his goals allowed at 3.
In his 4 starts, he has given up, and granted, like these are teams nowhere near the Bruins because it's been the Predators twice and then the Jets and the Canadiens, but he's given up 1 in 3 of the starts and then 2 in the other. So to see Jake Ottinger at 3 flat is super, super strange.
Yeah. Okay.
That is with the total, like you said, with the total moving down in that game too, from 6.5 to 6. I don't know why they're giving Ottinger at 3.
Well, we're definitely not taking Dallas, that's for sure. Do you want to take the Bruins? Has it gotten you thinking to a point where you want to actually back the Bruins now?
I might just back the square. I don't know if I can back the Bruins because I don't know if you've looked at the splits for that game, but they scared shit out of me.
Everyone's betting on Bruins.
Yeah, everyone's bet on the Bruins. That's why I was looking at.
What about Twitter? What about Twitter, social media? Is everyone slurping the fucking Bruins too?
I can't tell you I've heard too much, but there's a couple of things going on. There's a lot. It's making me think the Bruins roll, but I don't know if I can back them as a side with how public as they are.
Okay.
The other one that kind of stood out to me was Jake Allen being up for 3.5. The Canadiens goalie against the Wild. I already kind of like the Wild, kind of the move. They're crossing that 200 mark now officially and kind of keep going that way. So I kind of got the idea that they roll. I know our man DeGen thinks the same thing. So to see him up there for 3.5, definitely like that. The Wild have not been particularly great. I mean, they haven't put up 4 goals in their last 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
So to see that number up is interesting for sure. I don't know. Is there any lines that are sticking out to you?
Yeah. Was that the one you were just talking about? Was that the Wild?
That was the Wild, yes.
Okay. So you're thinking that the Wild roll, and you might want to give the Wild -1.5 a decent look?
I just might. Okay. Definitely the square.
Let me peel through these real quick and see if any of the lines stick out.
I'd say that the Coyotes is definitely very interesting.
Okay.
Coyotes is interesting. It's again, right, Dijon was saying the same thing. This line move on favorites when they go like 240 to lower 200s, like 220, 215. It's been hitting a lot. I'll say that. It was the same thing. Like
Okay.
these moves, it's really weird. I don't understand it against the Coyotes, who've been absolutely pitiful. Hey, Yotzer's favorite bet. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. It's a little strange. And yeah,
Okay.
Devils dog the favorite back end of a back to back is definitely interesting. That too.
Devils dog to a fave, back end of a back to back against. Okay. Wow. Do you think the Red Wings are legit this year?
I mean, I think they're certainly more talented than they've been in past years, which is not really saying much, but they're one of the public favorite teams. So I mean, you certainly have to consider that when you're talking about lines, and to see it's kind of bouncing back and forth. But
I like the Devils.
Definitely
I like
some
the
move
Devils
back to the
ML.
Devils.
I like the Devils ML. They're getting 26% of the bets and handle on DK, and that line is moved from plus 105 to minus 105.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. The hockey bets that I like, Kraken, Wilds, minus 1.5, and Devils were the ones that I like. And then I also like the Suns tonight in the NBA. Chat, give me a fifth pick for the squad ride. Or Jovan, give me a fifth pick for the squad ride.
Fifth pick. We got limited. So what do we have so far? Say it again.
We've got the Kraken ML. We've got the Suns minus 1.5. We've got the Wild minus 1.5. And we've got the Devils ML.
Devils. I feel like we got to put another probably NBA pick in there. See if the chat likes. Chat, feed us. Feed us. And yes,
Dallas is at minus 6 now.
Yeah. Might just stay away from that one. The Kings are a little weird, but the Lightning are getting steamed. It's like if that line was where it was earlier, I would be totally in agreement. But they're up to minus 140 now.
We could also just go with 4 plays. We could also throw a player prop in there.
We could throw a player prop.
Any player props screaming to you today?
It's a great question. We could put some in the chat if you guys like any of them. It was funny. I was talking about the Kraken. I just, for some reason, just woke up dreaming about Mr. Bjorkstrand. I think he's going to have a day today. But that's absolutely no reasoning whatsoever. I know.
People really like the Kings today. I don't know if I like the Kings, though.
I would have loved the Kings if the Lightning would have been sitting at that minus 125 that they were kind of the whole morning. But now we're starting to see minus 140 and 45. And that's definitely scaring me.
Well, the Lightning have beaten – oh, no. I might have just found something that made me like it. The Lightning have beaten the Kings at least 5 times in a row. Let's see how many they've won in a row. Is it 10? No way. No way. I'm trying to find this, guys. Let me know if you can beat me to it, or Jovan, let me know if people in chat are talking about it.
Okay.
How many times have the Lightning beaten the Kings in a row? Let me know. I'm trying to find it.
Fantastic question. So that's the same for Wizards and Pistons, apparently.
Oh, God. On what side? On what side?
14 straight for Wizards at home.
No way. Well, keep me off the fucking Wizards today, then. Holy shit. Yeah, the Wizards do own the Pistons. That's a fact.
That's hilarious.
Damn, bro. Somebody let me know how many fucking times the Lightning. Shouldn't you know this, dude?
9.
You're the Lightning guy.
Shelly said 9.
9 in a row. 9, 10, 10. Oh my goodness, dudes. No wonder why that line's moved that much. All right, should we put the Kings money line in there?
We can put the Kings in.
I'm going to be honest, chat. I'm going to try to direct. I think we might have to try to direct you guys on this pick. And I don't want to do it. I don't want to manipulate, but I think it's pretty clear that Jovan and I both like the Kraken a lot tonight. And I think that's probably the grossest play that we could come up with and take. But I want you guys to vote for who you want to vote for, but I am trying to get in your brains and tell you to take that team. So, Joshy, why don't we go ahead and fire up the poll if you haven't already. Kraken ML, Suns -1.5, Wild -1.5, Devils ML, and the Kings ML. Why don't we go ahead and fire that puppy up? Let's fire that pup up. All right. Can we get Book It merch? We're working on it. We're working on it. Okay. The poll is up, ladies and gents. The poll is up. Sound the alarms. Sound the alarms. Go grab your friends. Let them know. Get these votes in. I am voting for the Kraken ML. Wow, it looks like people want to take the Suns potentially. All right. I don't hate the Suns tonight, but I do like the Kraken, and I think they win, and I would like that to be the play. But let's see what chat likes.
Wherever we vote.
Let's see what chat likes. Guys, we're undefeated on squad rides. I want to keep it going. Come on. Put money in your pocket. That's the goal. Put money in your pocket.
They're all good plays. They're all good plays. Probably end up on them anyway.
Oh, here come the Kraken. Here come the Kraken. Here they come.
Steaming.
Come on, people. Vote.
Absolutely
Go.
steaming.
Look at that late steam on the Kraken. This is going to be a photo finish. Oh, Nelly. Come on, Kraken. Come on, Kraken. Finish the damn job. Why not? Mima. That was a Mima move. It was. Mima just got her late voted on the Kraken. Oh, here come the Suns, though. Oh, no. This is going to be down to the wire. This is getting intense.
Be a close one.
I feel like I'm betting on animated horse racing. Have you ever seen that shit? That's really sad, but I've done it before. Yep, I have. It is what it is. Oh, my God, it's tied. Oh, my God, the Suns are winning. No.
We're back.
Holy shit, guys. This is getting weird. Oh, Nelly. Oh, it's tied. There's a second left.
Oh, they're just steamed.
Oh, you guys were just being scumbags and you're waiting the last seconds to bet the Kraken, you fuckers. I know what you were doing. I watched that. Kraken bang, let's go. We're going back to the ice tonight, motherfuckers. We're going back to the ice tonight. Squad ride. We're going 5-0. 5-0. Come on. I swear to God, I was watching it, and 10 people at the last second voted for the Kraken. You slime balls.
Oh, yeah.
You guys were waiting.
They were waiting.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Let's fucking go, ladies and gents. Let's fucking go. My guy Scrunch Win still has his video horse account. Scrunch, delete that. Come on. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. You could bet on real horse races now. That was like some fucking COVID type shit. You know? All right. What a day. What an ep. Hopefully the ep today was better than yesterday. Yesterday I was not on my game. I was still recalibrating the brain. Today we're back. Better than ever. Guys, let us know what you want us to talk about. Okay? We're doing this shit for you. If there's something you guys want us to talk about going forward, let us know. We'll slowly start incorporating college basketball into BTL because guess what? 15 days. 15 days. 15 days. Holy fuck. There are so many good games. There are so many good games in college basketball this season. Guys, we're going to take you on an absolute journey through the college basketball season. We're all going to get rich. We're all going to get smarter. And we're going to have a hell of a time doing it. All right? I appreciate you guys coming. Let's get some W's in chats for Jovan. Motherfucker's out here taking 8 a.m.s in college so he can fucking come on here and do this show. The dude's a go. All right? Love you guys. We'll run this back again tomorrow. Trent, take us home, man. Trent, let's hit a fucking parlay today. Why not us? Why not us? All right. We'll be seeing.